Can you have your readers on and take your hat off? I just want to see the gray hair with the
Just see
reader.
how he looks like he's 68.
I can't look at you though because
you look like Carlton.
this is why people do this.
Now that's the old look right
That's
there.
the look because you're silly now, but when I get now it's blurry. This is what
Doesn't he look just like his dad with the readers on?
my dad. Now I get it.
You've
My
never
dad
looked
had
older.
a drawer
Right.
of these because my dad was like a cheapie and he was a hoarder.
Did he keep them down off the eyes like that?
But probably. But he had like literally a drawer of 50 cheap glasses, and I never understood it.
Right.
You know, even in my 30s,
Now
I never
you know.
understood it. Now I
Now
understand.
you're
He
there.
was just picking them up for
Sure.
whatever. They're $5.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're game changers for, especially like my phone. Like I told you, I read magazines. I know no one else in the world does. Cakes mocks me, but I actually still consume magazines, and I can't read them. I mean, I can, but it's
I
hard.
just look at magazines, especially like at a doctor's office. I just look at them with disdain. First of all, because they're this old-fashioned, and second of all, because who else has picked up this magazine that's sitting in the doctor's office that's been here for, I don't know, for 2 years? I mean, so many germs on that magazine.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just can't have
I
it.
saw a woman, when I dropped the car off at the homeowner, I saw a woman walking her dog with the mask on.
Oh, really?
I'm starting to see that.
Oh, you know
too.
what?
I saw one
I saw her.
yesterday.
I saw her. I
But-
believe
All
yesterday.
right, I got two things on this, and they're kind of opposing
I was
opinions.
a little surprised.
right.
Opposing opinions, but these are the thoughts that go through my brain. First of all, the good news is there's a big article that's going viral. It's about everyone.
viral,
While
I
everyone's
get it.
worried about coronavirus,
Mhm.
meanwhile there's another epidemic that is right here in your own backyard, and that's called influenza. Right. So the flu. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
So far, coronavirus,
I'm
I think,
familiar.
worldwide has killed 560 people. Maybe by today, it's 650 people. It'll keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
So far in the United States, 0 people, 12 people have it.
Right.
In the United States, over 10,000 people have already died from the flu this year.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Over like a million some odd people. I mean, several million have had the influenza. I had it. You had it.
Yeah.
Way more people die here in this country from the flu than coronavirus. In fact, 0 have died from coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now, here's the competing point, though.
Yeah.
That's the opposite. I'm a panicker. I'm a hypochondriac. I worry about things.
Nuh-uh.
But as the coronavirus, I've always had that same opinion. It's just like the flu. You know, unfortunately, if you have a weak immune system or you're young or you're old, you know, you're susceptible to these things, right? So you feel bad for these people. But for the average person, it shouldn't be a big deal. Until the doctor who discovered it died, who was 34 years old.
Oh, really?
Perfectly healthy.
Discovered the coronavirus?
Basically, he's
Wow.
the one he's
Where?
considered in China.
In China.
In Wuhan. He's the one that discovered it maybe is a strong word, but he's the whistleblower that blew the lid on. He was like way ahead of the Chinese government, and
Yeah.
he said, hey, and then by the way, he was persecuted and shunned, but he said he thought it was like SARS, it's similar, in the Wuhan seafood market.
Yeah.
All right. And he went out there and he was considered a hero in China, but the government hated him.
Right.
So here's the thing.
Well, their stock market
By the way,
plummeted.
he died yesterday. and there are pictures. You Google it, you'll see. They're haunting. They have him a month ago wearing a mask, explaining to the world, this is what's happening here, and the Chinese government is not being honest. And then they have a picture that's haunting of him in the hospital with a oxygen mask right before he dies, looking in the camera. It's haunting.
And,
Okay.
and 34.
34. Here's the thing.
It's not like he was 84.
Yeah, he was perfectly healthy. So here's what the competing thoughts. Either this virus is way more deadly than they're letting on, which is possible because they're likely lying,
Or the Chinese government
or they killed him.
basically said you're finished.
Or they killed him.
Yeah. They didn't give him proper treatment when he got it.
Or they just flat out poisoned him and killed him because they're retribution.
And who would know with China?
Yeah.
Who knows?
How
Exactly.
would you know?
Exactly.
Google that doctor. These images will haunt you.
I
don't
saw
wanna
the
be-
pics.
I don't want to be
I
haunted.
saw them
Aren't
already.
they kind of haunted?
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying.
Bickle, I don't want to be haunted. It's Friday. I don't want to be
Yeah,
haunted
you just
today.
don't wanna be bothered.
I have said, you know what, coronavirus, whatever, media hype. It's another thing the media is getting wrong. But when that guy died, that's scary.
Yeah.
'Cause he's 34 in the prime of his life. And he's a doctor, by the way. So you would think he'd be ahead of the curve on sort of how to treat himself and make sure he doesn't die from pneumonia.
Well, the reason everyone's freaking out about corona is because it's the new thing.
Right.
I mean, flu's been around forever.
Correct.
And Corona is the new thing, and it's
Well,
freaking
also they
everybody
use
out.
the word. If you read the article, it's I agree with the author. They use the word pandemic,
Yeah.
and people attribute that to just 50 million deaths.
Yeah.
But just because there's a pandemic doesn't mean there's going to be 50 million deaths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty fun, by
I
the
don't
way,
know,
to be
it's
on the coronavirus cruise that is now stranded off the coast of Japan with 61 people infected on the cruise ship
Oh, wow.
of 2,600.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
They had
fun.
another
Sure,
40
that's a fun cruise to be
test
on.
positive overnight.
Right.
Yeah. But again, it should just be generally for 95% of the people, a flu, like a flu virus.
Right.
Those are the symptoms. But unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm
for
not
a
freaking
few,
out about it. I just thought it was funny that someone's walking their dog up half street with the mask
well, if you
on.
go to a doctor's office these days, and I've been to a few of them, or like the pharmacy, these
Mhm.
people that come in contact with sick people all the time, a lot of them wear masks.
They have the masks, yeah.
Yeah, like the receptionists. They're wearing gloves because they don't want you hurting germs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're wearing masks.
Mhm.
And I don't blame them.
I saw
Well-
somebody wearing a mask just going into the grocery store yesterday.
Now, the
Did you?
problem is if you read about the mask, of course, they break down everything. It's not really going to help you that much, but it will at least it'll help you to not spread it, but it probably won't help you as much as you think to not get it.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.